I like how it's harder to put the name in for the Gamin naming? The naming for Pokemon because I can't make the accident E. Well, rather, I probably could, but you know. It probably requires 3 fingers and a fucking Snickers bar. Well, it's 4 fingers and a Kit Kat, right? So 4 fingers and a Snickers bar. Ugh, I don't want to like this. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back. We're Pokemon. We are Pokemon, yes. Hello, it's me, John Pokemon. With all of my Pokemon, whom need to survive the oncoming apocalypse. Yes, that one. Yeah. So far, we've managed to avoid death in all of its forms. We have a nice full little team here. Not the best team. Something about Pokemon I definitely wouldn't use. Cough cough. Geodude. I mean, come on, look at him. But I also realize now that even if I were to get Graveler, if I get Geodude evolved in the Graveler, I wouldn't be able to trade him because I need somebody to trade with. And the other thing I have is the Pearl, and my brother doesn't play the Pearl, he only plays the Diamond. And Brandon, if you have Pearl, why are you playing Diamond? Oh, you see, I don't have a good answer for that. Bear boy, you know we're not battling, are we? Okay, we're good. So next is Eterna, as we all know. If I remember correctly, we have... Probably should have counted any Pokemon we have. 7. I think it's 8, right? So... I completely forgot. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So we got 1 the thing, 2 was the lake, 3 was this path, 4, 5, 6 being the tunnel, 7 being the city itself. I gotta back and check because I don't remember. I genuinely have forgotten. I really need to write this down somewhere. Two, 3, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8, right? I know we caught, so we caught 1 here, right? 1 in this, 1 on route 201, 2 at the lake, right? 3 on 202, 4 on 204, 203, 5 inside the hill, 6 here, 7 on 204. Where the fuck did I catch the 8th? How did I get to 8? I didn't... No, I definitely didn't go over here. I definitely hadn't gone to Route 27. I'm not going to. I don't think, because there's a better place to catch Pokemon on Route 207. We didn't go into the tunnel, did we? No, right? It's just... I'm trying to remember. So give me a second as my brain tries to process. I don't want to double dip. At least, definitely not intentionally, but, you know. I just want to make sure it's not like just separate areas, and that's why. I've already spent 5 fucking minutes digging around. God, jeez. How has that been? How has that been? That's bullshit. Bullshit. We've been doing this for 5 minutes already. Bullshit. Oh my god. Oh my god. So we caught one. I don't understand how I got to 8. 201. Lake Vanity. 202. There's no cave between 202. 203. Warburg Gate. Warburg Mine. 204. Actually, I don't know where this one came from. Oh wait, the starter. The guy was certainly kind of fucking stupid. Literally, I hadn't even considered the fact that we had to start. I'm like, did I cheat? Did I fucking fail it? Did I do? I mean, I'll happily release whatever one I fucking accidentally caught, right? You know, I don't want to be a cheater. But no, we had a starter. I'm certain kind of smart. The kind that, you know, isn't very smart at all. By all accounts, this doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense, Colonel. Where is the 7th Pokemon coming from? Or the 8th? I count 7 rounds. I mean, hey, look, at least I know, you know, I'm trying to stick to the rules, right? Unlike the first time where I had no clue what the fucking rules were. We just done the faster death. I'd like to apologize for spending 5 minutes. I'd like to come out and make an apology because I didn't, you know. I need to suddenly change Doreen's name. We're going Norwegian, so it's fine. So actually, I read about where you change clothes, but I can't believe they made it so you can only change clothes in one location on the entire map. Like, there's no, like, you know, just like a menu for it would make sense, or just like go change in like the trading area or something. Who knows? I'm sorry, couldn't. Ah, this is right. That's right. synchronized fucking words, man. I really need to change that fucking name. It has to be Doreen, not Dorian. I can't believe, I'm just, I can't spell, I can't read. I wonder how I fucking made it this far in life. I can't count. It's just a goddamn mess. Just some kind of mess. Man, Absorb is just a bad move, isn't it? Doreen. I think Terry gets to evolve now. Curse! No. I think Curse is damaging yourself, isn't it? How as loud as possible. Thank you, Rowan. Have a nice day. I'm trying to leave, Rowan. Yep. You know, our Pokemon evolve, yes. I do know that. I've considered doing all my work for me. I don't want to go out and collect Pokemon. Yes, yes. I mean, granted, I'd much prefer this form of story over, Sword and Shield. I saw an article about how, God, I'm sorry. I said I saw an article and I immediately thought of a worse one. I don't know what came in here. So, there was an article about how, like, oh, you know, Pokemon Arceus is gonna make or break the series, right? And I'm like, I see where you're coming from, but no? Right, so like, I think Sword and Shield was in that massive fucking flop, personally. I hate it. It was terrible. I genuinely didn't even finish the game. So, you know. There's a general look into how I felt about Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, I did not finish the game. Hell, I mean, I recorded 6 episodes, 6 different streams of it. Did not beat that game. So, you know, that's the, I'll do this after the stream. Just because we can't use the Manaphy egg. Rules and rules. But you know, that game I felt was terrible. I hated the story. I hated how inconsequential you were to the game. I saw part of the article argue like, you know, they are can't talk, can't read. They made a similar argument about how obviously the game had the issue of, you know, the main character being sidelined to basically watch the entire story go on. How the fuck could you make a Pokemon game? You know, you made all these Pokemon games. There are what, 8 different generations, not including the remakes. Right? So there's a lot of Pokemon games out there. And they have the formula. And how could you ever think that making a Pokemon game where you were the fucking main character would be a good idea? Like, I feel bad, right? Because, like, sometimes, right, so you know, everybody knows that fucking Polter Cup, or whatever the fuck it was, right? The, Tiergeist. Whatever it was called. We were talking about money. I'm actually gonna skip. I'm gonna skip catching one in here because there's that water area over there. I'd rather come in and try to get a water Pokemon out of it. Excellent. This is, however, still good for, I think, right? I guess I should have also considered that I probably could have skipped catching one and caught something up here instead. Whatever. You know, I genuinely, I hated that game. I hated how little effort it was and how, you know, so that T, like I said, that T Pokemon, it was actually something that somebody from 4chan had made up, you know, like 4 or 5 years ago. And in theory, assuming it wasn't just a stolen idea, it was that guy got his job at Game Freak and, you know, got to put his fucking thing in the game, and that's cool. Right? Genuinely. If that was your dream and you achieved it, good on that guy. I just feel bad for him because he was put in such a shitty game. You know? Like, it was just such a fucking terrible, like, unstomachable, just absolutely horrible game. And, you know, you can tell I have a certain opinion on the game. But, you know. And if you like the game, you're also a bad person. Just so we're clear. You know, I'm having shit on or not. If you like the game, you should feel bad about it. You have a terrible opinion. Because, you know, there's no such thing as a wrong opinion, but that is a wrong opinion. It was a bad game. And for all the kids who had that as their first Pokemon game, or some of the poor suckers who were, you know, tricked into buying Pokemon because they like Pokemon Go, you know, I'm glad they made some game, you know, accessible for fucking normies and normies. But, you know, fuck them. I hate them. It's a terrible game. You know, I could not sit it down. And I am, of course, I don't think, right, it's not, I don't think it is, I also realized I shouldn't have used rollout. It's not gonna be a sim. It's not gonna be a Pokemon, right? Not in the conventional sense. And I do think it has it has a lot of potential. I don't know. I don't think it's being made by Game Freak, so that's also kind of a positive in a way. Right, because at the end of the day, you know, as much as I love Pokemon, and, you know, it is kind of really shitty to see when you're putting little effort to put into the series, you know what I mean? Like, it used to be nice, it used to be good, and obviously, you know, I wouldn't say that, well, I wouldn't say that it's even decent at this point. I mean, the remakes are fine, right? Like, how could you fuck up a remake? Apparently some people don't like it, and I currently haven't seen what the big issue is. I mean, I get the not liking the chibi sprites. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but, you know, at the same rate, I wouldn't, I haven't, you know, written them off as the worst thing ever. I think they're kind of cute, right? Like, I wouldn't say they're perfect. I definitely think they kind of fit the style, right? Because they used to be the pixel sprites, and they had, like, you know, and I don't think it's that, you know, bad. And the taller models, they're all good, right? Obviously, there's the whole argument for lack of animation when it comes to things like things like the attacks, like the baby doll eyes, how it's just like a pair of eyes appear. Right, whatever. Sure. Could have been a lot more effort put into it. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like that, like, you know, I feel like it definitely would prefer if it were more, animated. I mean, granted, the world looks fine. It's, you know, it ain't perfect, but I'm not complaining. You know what I mean? Would I prefer more effort was put in? Yes. But some things can't have, like, this. Like, it's kind of like, Spore, right? I like Spore. I think Spore was a very good game. And there are aspects of it that are, obviously not very detailed, right? Like, during the creature stages, you have like the charm and the fucking dancing, and you know there are there are a couple different attack animations and you know attack animations and dance animations and sing songs and fling flongs and bling blings and ding dongs, you know. So there's variation in it, but you know, I don't think it needs, like, it's also, it's an older game, right? That's another issue, right? You can't judge it by today's standards because it is an older game, and, you know, it could never quite live up to, like, you know... Fuck, the problem is, right, I go for modern day comparison, and granted, right, the immediate comparison for a modern, the height of good quality game, Dark Souls, it's a joke, because like everybody goes, oh, this is the Dark Souls of that, or Dark Souls of that, you know. So, when you need to make a comparison, what do you need to think? Oh, Dark Souls, because, you know, Dark Souls is Dark Souls, this is Dark Souls is Dark Souls. You know. It's a bad habit, I think. But, you know, even then, Dark Souls is a whole game now, isn't it? You know, and I've not played any of the newer Dark Souls really, but you know, there's a lot more effort that goes in certain games, and like, you know, like I've recently bought Sekiro. I haven't played it yet, but you know, from what I've seen of it, it looks very highly detailed, a lot of effort, a lot of, you know. Hopefully my computer will run it fine and not give me issue when we do eventually play that, because I think that's gonna be one of those on-stream things. I do like those kind of like difficult boss games, but I was never overly good at the 3D ones like Dark Souls, right? The 2D ones tend to be more of my speed, like for example Hollow Knight or Rogue Legacy, Hades in a way, because I mean there is 3 dimensions of movement, but not really, just can't jump. You know what I mean? It's still effectively 2D. It's just a bigger play area. Right? It's not like Dark Souls where there's a lot of well, even then it kind of is. I don't know. I also played Dark Souls when I was younger and not as good as video games. I think I've already peaked now. I'm going to die. If only. I wonder if we should trade more or not. But I think no matter how, like, I don't think I'm gonna judge whether I continue buying Pokemon games off of how well Arceus is, especially because, like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but isn't Arceus being produced by a different company? So, like, to judge the next Pokemon game, whatever it may be, off of Arceus wouldn't really be fair. As well as the fact that, you know, it's not going to be like any other Pokemon game, right? And I mean, if it's bad, it'll definitely diminish my interest in the next game anyway. I mean, I think, right, my patience for the Pokemon series, in terms of, like, the generic games like this one, or, like X and Y, or, you know, Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon. You know, it's all, like, it's all running really thin for me, right? And I feel like okay, we're gonna stay out of the grass here because I would like to catch the Drifloon, even though I think technically it counts as a static thing, which doesn't technically count for the speed run. That's for the Nuzlocke. God, this is the slowest speed run in the world, that's for sure. But, no. I just, like, I'm at the end, right? And depending on how the next game looks, does, performs, plays, written, I mean, you know, how good the next game is definitely going to depend on whether I ever buy another Pokemon game ever again. You know what I mean? Because even now, so what, the next remakes would be Black and White, which I wonder how that's really going to work, right? Because, you know, they did make Black and White 2 already, right? Which was just a remake of Black and White, right? So, you know, there's a lot of things that... There's a couple things that I would love to see in terms of Pokemon, right? Like, I would love to see a game that incorporates all the regions, right? Right, that's one of those things that, you know, everybody like, oh, what did you, back in the day when you were a kid, what do you think? Oh, well, you know, a game that has every region in it, right? I definitely think there could be a very interesting game, right, where you do it more like a Paradox game, right, where you play it like, you play, still like they do like Stellaris, but it plays a bit more like the anime was, where basically, like, you know, each region, you know, you have to you're like, you do region 1, right, then they send you to region 2 and you have to, like, reset essentially, and once you beat region 2 you can stay, you can go, like, you can always go back to region 1 whenever you want, but you can use the Pokemon you have from region 1. And you can use the Pokemon you have in Region 2, but once you beat Region 2, you can use the Pokemon from Region 1 and Region 2. You know? Like, imagine putting your Pokemon away in, like, a region-specific lockbox until you beat the story, like, the league for that region. And then, you know, it becomes, you know, available, and you can, like, have, or... Because the problem is, right, Pokemon is a very scaled game, right, and it'd be impossible to scale it from anything more than, like, possibly 2 of the 3 regions, right, because they did 2 regions in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, right, so, you know, you know it's possible to balance for 2 regions, because they did it for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Right, and, you know, I think those games are pretty good, from my understanding, from my remembrance of them. I don't remember, I don't think it played, like, those 2 games wrapped into one. I think it was more of, like, I think it was more of, like, you know, you beat Region 1 and there was, like, a slight story to Region 2. And I think that would be fine, kind of, like, you know, making it more like a just implementing Team Rocket, right? And basically, like, following them through the entire, like, their, I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, I think realistically, right, going from region to region, fighting a new team each time, each trying to take over the world one after another, just feels a bit. Obviously, it feels a bit unrealistic, and even then, like, you know, is Pokemon ever been realistic? But you know, there is no connection between the games in terms of like time, right? So, or even events, as far as I'm aware. I don't think that it mentions, like, you know, well, even then, Red exists, right? So, like, Red was the main character for that game, and he was in X and Y. He was in Heart Gold, he was in, you know. I just feel like if you had it, like, each game was packed into one game, and you played each game in order, it would kind of feel like a World of Warcraft thing, where, like, you just go from story to story. I never really played World of Warcraft, so that's what I was assuming it's like. Where, you know, you're doing the story, and it's just like one crazy thing happens, and another crazy thing happens, and another crazy thing happens, you know? This is what I assume the game's like. I don't particularly know. And I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. I guess as long as each story was interesting in its own right. Right? So, you know, obviously, change up the... I think X and Y story could stay. I think Sun and Moon story could stay. But you have to change up... Like, because Sun and Moon... No, because Sun and Moon, they did like a bait and switch, right? You thought, oh, it's gonna be Team Skull, but they were just kind of like a bunch of jerks. That was just about it, right? The real bad guy was the fucking Aether Corporation or whatever. I don't remember the name for it. Genuinely, I think that kind of speaks to how unmemorable the game was as well. And to be fair, you know. I guess, right, my memory hasn't been as good, but I do remember Team Rocket, Team fucking Rocket again, because it was Team Rocket for both Silver and Gold, as well as Red and Blue. Then, 3rd gen is Team Aqua and Magma, right? 4th gen is Team Galactic. Then it's, then it's the PETA team. I don't remember what their team's called. I didn't really like Black and White that much. It wasn't a bad game, I'd say. Like, there were just aspects of it I didn't like, so I didn't really grab onto it as much as I did. Then there was Team Flare and X and Y. Team Skull and Sun and Moon. Team Shout and... They were called Team Shout, right? I don't remember. That's what I mean, like, that's what I mean, right? So, I don't remember if it's Team Yell, Team Shout, Team Let It All Out. These are the things I screamed about, come on. You know, but... Like, that's a point, right? It wasn't memorable, it wasn't a good game. You know, I think, I do think Black and White was a decent game. I like... The thing is, about Black and White, right? I did play it. I don't actually know what the game is. And I think I'd replay it if I took the time, but I don't have a lot of time in my hands nowadays. I got a lot of stuff I want to play. Like, I'm trying to finish up Hollow Knight. I've managed to get most achievements. I just need to beat the final Pantheon and then get the 100% in Soul Steel mode. And I've completed the achievements for that. But, Just thinking. But I'm trying to think of the name. It wasn't like, was it? It wasn't Team N. N was like the name of like the team's leader's son, right? He was like some kind of psychic guy who talked to Pokemon. I don't know why I was stuttering like that, and I thought I'd just really exasperate the issue. It was funny because I'm just stupid. Right, because like he could sense their feelings or something. Maybe it was about aura. You know, maybe he was Lucario in the sky or something. Wasn't like a Zoroark was the big thing in that game. I believe we got this. Just trying to remember. I remember the team, right? Like, I remember what they look like, kind of. I just don't remember the name. The problem was, right, there was just, like... I like the theme behind it, right? Like, the nature versus progress, right? That kind of theme that it had. And it was very... I think that, you know, and I think the issue is that, like, you know, it didn't... It kind of took the theme of America, and then it kind of, like, made a little bit of a joke out of it, with, like, Garbodor and fucking Vanillux. Right? Which I think is why I didn't like the game so much. Just because, like, it was taking a piss out of America, and I thought, well... I think that could have been a very cool, like, setting. Because, you know, obviously, believe it or not, I'm American. You know, you could tell from the accent. As well as, I think, well, I don't think it says anywhere that I'm American specifically. Though I have said I'm Floridian before. But, you know, I just think that, like, I was just upset at the time about, like, the new Pokemon and how, like, lackluster they seemed for a place, like, especially, like, even with, it happened again with, like, the Sword and Shield, right? I felt like the new Pokemon were a bit lackluster. And that might be why I didn't, that's part of the reason why I didn't like the game as much. I mean, I think that's part of the reason, right? Like, I didn't like a lot of them. I think the, Galarian specific, like, the Galarian specific, region, like, Pokemon. Some of them, I like the Corsola. I like the idea of, like, a Ghost Corsola. You know, oh, the effects of the environment have gone so poorly that, you know, now there's a big effect of that. That's interesting, right? I think that's fine. wish you could see what would be effective. But, you know, I do think, looking back on it, right, it does seem interesting, like, the whole, industrialization kind of aesthetic they were going for. And I did think that the legendary Pokemon being essentially, like, you know, the two types of, like, production, like electricity and, you know, fire production, like, heat-based, steam, even, I don't know. But, like, you know, I think that was a very interesting kind of setting for it. Again, I think that it just, at the time I didn't like it, and therefore I didn't, you know, I didn't take it too seriously. I don't know. I think I'd be willing to give it a chance. But Sword and Shield, you know, that's recent. Right? I remember it. I was interested in it. I gave it its full shot, and it blew its load like it was fucking just terrible. I don't even know what to say, really, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely something to be said about it. Right? Like, you know, it gave it a shot, and I just didn't like it, right? And there were parts of it that interested me, like the wild zones, but those, of course, were poorly done. And, you know, the ability to kind of play with other people, but even then that kind of felt like... I don't know, because the thing about it, right, is like, when I think multiplayer game, you know, I think like, I think it's one of those, but even then, like, I think, like, you know, playing with your friends kind of thing, right? Which you couldn't really do, right? Because there was no reason to play with somebody, and even then you don't play with them in the wild zone, so, like, you know, it wasn't really like a multiplayer game kind of experience. It was more of just like a alone together thing, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's a fair way to put it. Like, you know, the multiplayer in Sword and Shield was alone together, right? You were playing with other people, but it genuinely didn't feel like it. Like, at no point during the game did I feel like I was playing multiplayer. It essentially felt like, I mean, and I do have I do have the Nintendo Online. I am paying for that for some godforsaken reason. It's all in hopes that Splatoon 3 will be good, because Splatoon 1 was good, Splatoon 2 was good. I'll definitely be buying Splatoon 3 in the future. Yes, yes, I love Splatoon. Oh, yes, Terry's evolving. Yes, yes. Good job, Terry. A very grand show. But I don't know. It didn't feel a lot like a multiplayer game. It didn't, you know. There was no reason to play it with a friend. There was no, like, that. And that's one of the things that spouted. It was like, oh, there's a lot of multiplayer in this game. Boo, boo, boo. You know. So, you know. I just think it fell flat. Like, it's kind of like, and maybe I'm not so right about this comparison anymore, because I heard that they've changed some stuff and it's become semi-decent, but the Fallout 76 is Pokemon games. Right, because Fallout 76... Excuse me. Fallout 76 had a similar multiplayer issue. Except for, like, even then I played with somebody, you know? Wouldn't play with him anymore, but that's just because he's a piece of shit, you know? But, the game, you could play it with people, right? It just didn't have a lot of content. Right? And, you know, I think that's another issue that Pokemon kind of suffered from, was that it didn't really have a lot of content. But, you know, it just feels like maybe they could have done a better job with it, and, you know, maybe Tim, they definitely could have done a better job with it. I mean, like, learning about all the stuff that Game Freak does poorly was really fucking, you know, really kind of an eye-opener for the whole concept of the Pokemon game. Right? Because, like, you know, hearing about how, like, and I bet you it's still an issue with this game, right? Like, that each patch of, like, the same texture, right? So, like, each time I go into a house, right, and I see the floor texture, right, this floor texture is the same floor texture as if I were to go over here and wander into this house. Right? Same exact floor texture. Nothing's different about it, right? No, whatever, right? That's not a big detail. I could not care less that that's the same exact thing. But the issue is, both those houses have different files, right? Like, when you code a game, you're supposed to code it so that, like, you know, House A and House B both use the same texture file, right? But instead, they include two files in the game, both with that texture name, so that, like, you know, it takes up more space, right? And I mean, I learned a little bit about coding when I was in high school. I wouldn't say that I'm competent or good at it, or, you know, decent at all at coding. Trust me, I don't even understand how I passed the AP test for that. I genuinely shouldn't have been in the class for AP, to be honest. I kind of broke the rules and just had the guidance counselor put me in because I had the class before, and in theory the guy should have no reason to deny me, so why can't we put me in the class for it? That's your question. The answer was I was not motivated. I cheated through the entire thing, and I definitely yelled a racial slur in class once and got in trouble. Not which one? You'll never know. Well, I didn't get in trouble for it. The guy just gave me a fucking look. Gave me a real fucking look. You know, it was an accident. It was back to, you know, it was okay back, you know. More than that. It was just kind of a thing my friend group did, where we said stupid shit because we were acting stupid, because it was fun to act stupid. You know. Okay, we're on Route 205. We can catch our one Pokemon. Just because I don't want it to be I want it to be a Buizel. God fucking... hoping for anything other than Bidoof, but you know. Just so you know, if you don't stay in that ball, you're dead meat, so don't come out, buddy. You're not worth it. You're genuinely not worth the effort. I'm very upset that I have to catch another Bidoof. And now I've got to think of another fucking C name for it. Because all of our fucking All of our Bidoofs have C names. But, you know, I just don't even remember what to play about. Boy. I don't know. I think that the next Pokemon game could make, not, obviously, like I said, not Arceus. Though, in a way, Arceus, I mean, but I don't think Arceus is going to be the thing that is the final switch for me. Like, I enjoy Pokemon Snap, not made by Game. Right? I enjoyed, you know, I don't know. Heck, I think Game Freak didn't even have a huge hand in making this remake specifically. But I'm not gonna say with confidence. That's a great assault statement. That I think I remember hearing that, you know, they didn't have a hand in it much. But I think what Nintendo needs to do is kind of take away the fucking the IP from Game Freak if possible. Because I remember hearing that, like, obviously one of the big issues with, one of the issues with this was that they were working on their own game at the time. And because they were working on their own game, they obviously didn't put anywhere near as much fucking effort into Pokemon, right? Because they released a game around the same time. It was some fucking nonsense rock paper scissors game, I think, that nobody fucking heard about, nobody fucking bought. I'm fairly sure, like I mean, I'm going to look this up because I'm genuinely at this point interested in how bad their game did. Thank you. I'm guessing that Twitch now, which just informed me online. I think it's only been an hour, you know. It's only been an entire fucking hour. I mean, who would have guessed? I get that they want to make something that wasn't Pokemon. I know Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay, they're having a hand in it. Let's see. Released in October 2019. It had mixed reviews from critics. Reception. Of course, Nintendo rated it high. Metacritic gave it a 60 out of 100. No, 64. Be specific for it if I do. It was basically a very mediocre game. Even then, some of them like less than mediocre. But I want to know, like, it's called Little Town Hero. Right. No, I don't want to watch a YouTube video on it. Thank you. It's got mixed reviews on fucking Steam as well. What's the sale numbers on Steam? No full screen. It doesn't even fucking have full screen. Oh my god. Somebody well, maybe they're fucking wrong here, but. Apparently they reported their recommendation obviously as a negative, but it says the game doesn't even fucking have full screen. What game in 2019? It came out in 2019, right? What game that came out in 2019 does not have a fucking full screen mode for Steam? Right. Like, I could not think of any game that's come out in the past 5 to 10 years. And granted, I haven't played everything. I'm sure that some fucking crappy indie game made by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing doesn't have a full screen mode. Fuck, I can't even go full screen mode on the goddamn emulator I used to play fucking Persona 3. I mean, it's the regular PlayStation 3. I used to play Persona 3. But doesn't support full screen yet. This was, when was this fucking? Got 10 hours in. It was reviewed 2020. Halfway through 2020, this review was made, so, you know, well into the release time of the game being out. So, yeah, like, I could bet if I looked a little bit harder, I could find the statistics for the sales of the game. Little Town Hero shows how Game Freak can't do much but churn out Pokemon. I mean, you can really do that, so. Here goes Steam DB. 59% reviews. For this news. It's $25 fucking dollars for a game that doesn't have full screen. So I'm trying to do this at the same time as navigate the menus here. I like how for one day last year went on a 10% discount. Oh, sorry, that's not last year, that was 2 years ago. It's 2023 now. Last year was 2021. I don't understand why Wikipedia doesn't have like stale statistics on this. Hey, Toby Fox made a fucking song for it. I like how when I click on gameplay, there's nothing there. There's just no fucking information on it. So I like to think that whoever made this Wikipedia article did not play the game at all. The plot, again, nothing there. Working on the 2018, they announced the order. So they announced it a year before they released it, which, you know, reasonable. Company shared no further information. Game released for 2019. Game written by Toby. Oh, apparently Toby Fox did the majority of the music for the game. Poor guy. Probably had to play it to fucking figure out what he wanted to put the music for. Okay, so they made a collector's edition. I can't imagine that sold very well. I was like, I can't find statistics for how well it sold, which is, you know, a little bit telling. I like how under people also asked, was Little Town Hero success? When did it come out? How much is Game Freak worth? Who made Little Town Hero? Is Satoshi Tajiri rich? I don't know who the hell that is. How much is Nintendo's net worth? And why is Game Freak so lazy? I don't know. I I genuinely think, right, because the issue is also partially that Game Freak doesn't hire enough staff, right? So obviously Pokemon being the massive fucking money draw that it is well, the problem is, right, Pokemon's massive money draw doesn't entirely come from the games. Hell, it mostly does not come from the games, right? Because there's a whole thing about it that the Pokemon games never sold overly well, right? That the majority of their money comes from the cards and the plushies and all the other various merchandise they make. They make a lot of fucking merch. And believe you me, I have a fair chunk of some of it, right? Like, I own Pokemon cards. I've bought Pokemon cards in years. And I never played the fucking game, but then again, nobody ever fucking... Oh. Some people played the card game. No clue how. I've read the rules for it. It's nuts. I'm sure that if you were to put it in front of me and explain them properly, then I might, you know, be able to play the game, but the issue is, of course, I've only ever really read the rules, never actually played the game. So with no physical knowledge, it's not very easy. It's not easy to say that I know how to play the game, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I was listening to a podcast, and the guy was talking about, oh, I joined the Tabletop Simulator Discord, and, you know, some guy offered to teach everybody. It's like, oh, hey, I'm teaching this game on Sunday. If anybody wants to learn how to play, come fucking join. And, you know, he went and learned with like 4 people how to play a game, and after learning how to play the game with a guy, he had a hard time teaching. But he went and read the rules and was like, the guy didn't even teach the game right, you know. So, or like how there was a story about like 2 guys who learned to play a game. They thought, oh, they were really good at it because they've been playing it together, and they only ever really played it together, and they learned how to play it together, and, you know, they went and played it Go online, and they couldn't fucking, they were very bad at it. Like, the guy who played against, like, have you ever fucking played this game before? You're terrible. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand what's going on. This is the worst fucking game of Go I've ever played. But, I think that a lot of, like, practical knowledge is required when learning how to play games when it comes to card games. Like, you know, I could probably even play Magic right now. Like, I haven't played Magic forever. I, probably won't play Magic in forever. Right? Because, you know, I don't hate Magic, right? I was never really good and or overly interested in the deck building aspect of it, and by that I mean I never really understood how to build decks as well, right? So like I just wasn't very good at making decks, right? And you know, I'm sure that I could look up like how to make a deck, and I think they originally, when I played it physical version, because my friends played it in high school, and I'm like, okay, well I'd like to play because I see you guys playing it much all the time, but I'd give it a shot. So you know, I went and bought like the starter pack, and I think I have it somewhere around here. I'm sure that if given enough time, I could pull it out from a crevice underneath my desk. But with their you know, with everybody, especially because Magic is owned by Wizards of the Coast, and Wizards of the Coast is taking a very go woke, go broke kind of idealistic when it comes to sales nowadays, right? Because they're doing with D&D, and actually D&D's seen a very big downturn in sales. If you haven't noticed, this is actually true. Not Pokemon, D&D. It's actually there's I think it's a superhero game. I saved the name of the game. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But Where do I step in the grass? Where do I step? I want to step, get a good Pokemon set. What do we got? What do we got? Hopefully she doesn't kill it this time. Ooh, it's a Murkrow. Maybe we should be able to catch it a lot easier this time, because I do want the Murkrow. But, that should be more than enough, right? Fuck off, dude, don't... Don't kill it, don't you dare fucking kill it! What are you talking about? Heal yourself. Please heal yourself. You cunt. You fucking cunt. Both of you. God fucking damn it. Ridiculous. You can't fucking catch a Pokemon in here. I wonder if there's any fucking rules on that. Because that's so fucking annoying. That's so fucking, that's so shitty. That, like, oh yeah, you know, well, she killed it, so, you know, too fucking bad, so fucking sad, you loser. Like, fuck off, man, that's ridiculous. I mean, part of it was me being unlucky, because, you know, we fucking managed to avoid capture, but fuck off. It's fair, I guess. I mean, it's upsetting, if nothing else. Am I worried enough to switch over my Pokemon? Yes. See, perfect example why I shouldn't worry. And why I was worried. Talking about before that saw it. I'm just really upset about that Merc because it happened to fucking again. Because that was happened the first time, more or less. Except for it was a lot less coordinated with the fucking death. Piece of shit. Could have had a fucking Murkrow. It was pretty cool, man. Oh, I think it was at the so that. Also like, saying that you know, Pokemon games have never made a lot of money, but once I think Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu made them a lot of money, and some people consider Sword and Shield because it was, you know, off the back of Go. That they made a lot of money off of it. So, you know, it just feels like maybe they could have. The problem is they didn't put any of that money in Nukes, right? Like they could have hired more staff, they could have hired people who were semi-competent, but they chose not to for some reason. No real clue why. Beautiful. It just, you know. I think GameCube could easily expand, make a better game, and come back from what it's falling into, but they're not going to, is my worry and my prediction. And well, because it is just a prediction of the future at this point, you know. I don't think they really will make a decent play. I think RCS might be decent, if not good. Right, but I feel like the chances of the next official, like, regular Pokemon game being any good is slim to none. Right, and you know, and, I think that that's a realistic outlook on it, and I think that whatever, no matter what the next game is going to be, it'll probably be the last Pokemon game I play. Maybe maybe the remakes, maybe they remake Black and White. Maybe I'd play it because, like I said, the thing is, right, with the remakes, it's hard for them to fuck it up. Right, not impossible, but difficult. Right, because, like, at the end of the day, just maybe there's nothing wrong with this, who knows? And maybe, you know, I'll come across whatever the main point was, and I'll say, oh yeah, that's pretty shitty. Gee whiz, that was bad, man. Whatever. I don't know. It's hard to get passionate about something that has very often let you down. I would also like to fucking have caught that Murkrow. I'm still upset about it, you know. Sure, it would have been another flying type, but it also would have been dark, which we don't have. You know, we have a little bit of poison representation. We got a little bit of flying, a little bit of rock, a little bit of ground, a little bit of grass, a little bit of normal. But no fucking no goddamn dark. I want to talk a little bit about the, so, like I said, I could look it up, and if people are interested, let me know, I'll go find the name of it, or you can look it up yourself. It's a superhero game. I can't remember what it's called. It looks fairly interesting. The issue is, right, no matter how much interest I take in these, role-playing games, I don't have any friends, nor would I anybody who would be willing to DM or stuff like this. Well, I'm overly interested in playing. The issue is, of course, I lack time. Right? So, you know, I'm not available a lot of days a week, and that's fair. I do have a job that I have to attend. You know, hopefully, they're really trying hard to make sure I don't keep the job. It isn't feels like that, that's for sure. These guys are psychics, right? But they have like energy ball. I don't remember. Energy ball is. I think energy ball is like very bad for stuff, and it's very bad for your health and safety. Just very not good. Not good at all. I'm having a hard time finding a comfortable sitting position. Psychic takes double from bug, double from ghost, double from dark. I don't think I have bug, ghost, or dark. Okay. But what was energy ball? Let me. Okay, we're doing it the hard way, Gabe. We're doing it the hard way. Thank you. Stupid piece of shit. You just want to use it. You want to view the fucking image on Google Images, and you want to change your goddamn thing. No, you can't do that. It's a grass type move. Apparently, for some reason. So, fucking Luna should be fine. I swear to God, if it just fucking instantly kills me or something. You fuck off. Stop tagging me. And I only used a fucking move that did damage. At least they've changed targets. And they sure made all the girl models very cutesy. And I love it. Love cutesy. Real great. I think those Murkrows are fucking mocking me now that I can't catch one. No, they're not allowed to catch one. So we should be able to get a ghost in the mansion, right? Because the mansion will have its own name tag. And I think Rotom counts as a static thing, which is fine. I actually think that's a very good idea. Yeah. There's a, right, because I'm looking at the rules again, and it's like, you know, basically, you get like a save point after every gym. It makes it easier. But then again, I just want to make sure I finish this at some point in my life. I don't want to have to restart from the beginning again, to be honest. I think I'm fine with that. That we just do a save point, a hard save after every gym. I don't think auto saves on this game. And that if something happens, well, the issue I guess is if I don't get to the next gym. I did say I want to do one gym per session, and it's like 10:30, but we can get to the gym. I don't think it's going to be a complete large issue. I'm just trying to think, like, you know, because the problem is, right, like, I'm not gonna leave the game running for like 3 days or 2 days even. I have to go log into Animal Crossing. I guess we focus in to make sure to like get the one reset per gym. It's not like I'm playing the effective game. This isn't, you know, I'm playing it on an emulator or anything, so I can't do save states. And as you know, as Pokemon games, it doesn't have a multi-save slot, right? Which, to be fair, whatever, who cares? But, you know. In a moment like this, it might be at least whatever, what are you gonna do? Complain. No, I don't want to. Start fucking taunt. Like, if you got to do your move, and then they got to do their move, and, like, you know, you could reliably respond to it. Like in a Slay the Spire-esque game, where you could tell what they were going to do, a taunt might be a decent fucking pull. Right? Because, I guess, right, you know, when it comes to, like, gym battles or something, you know they're probably gonna do, like, a growl or a fucking tail whip or defense curl as the first move or something, which you might get some benefit out of making sure they repeat that with like you know, an encore or a taunt or whatever. fuck off, dude. Genuinely. He's just laughing at me now. Critical hit, and she still couldn't kill her. I like how the music started. The second person did the kind of restarted the music. Okay, that's a swap for me, dog. Oh, fuck. No, no, no! That's the first death. I forgot that psychic was poison for some reason. Question is, right, do I swap it out now, or do I just drop it off in the box and pick up the next robot? Did you not attack me specifically? What? Why are you attacking me? There's a chance you right there you can go after. One who's focusing on... Okay, it does heal me as well. Let's see. Turn too fucking late, by the way, Chansey. Turn too fucking late. Use this fucking garbage can. I guess the reason I see no issue with swapping them out now is purely that even if I swap them in now, right? The only benefit I'm getting is saving time when it comes to saving time when it comes to fucking grinding, right? Because realistically, if it comes down to Anth coming in, the run's over at that point, right? Wow. The fucking grass, bro. so much. A lot of birds and bugs teaming up here. I feel that, you know, maybe a Wurmple and a Nuzlocke might not be the best of friends. Because I imagine the main diet of the Murkrow in this forest is Wurmple. Right? Because, you know, they have to eat something. The only reason I'm bothering the grind here is that, it's having more experience quicker. Is it really quicker? I wonder. Also, I probably should go to the settings to make sure it's on fast. I don't think I set it to fast. It's probably also half the reason why I'm just fucking like, ugh, it's so slow. You know, it's funny. She's like, oh, we're worried about Team Galactic. We never even fucking saw Team Galactic. We know they're in, that's right. Can't catch anything here because it's tennis level 05. Grand. The thing is, right, I feel like I should just kill it. But I'm also worried that somehow Pokemon 10 levels under me is going to still kill me. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just I couldn't have it be Dorian. What are the first couple of fights? This isn't the gym. Bernard, do you feel tired? No. Walks into the fucking Pokemon Center. This isn't the gym. Where's the gym? Where's the gym leader? Nurse Joy, you the gym leader? That'd be interesting. To have like a Nurse Joy themed gym. I would make that where she said she was. You like how they put more effort into the trainer animations than the Pokemon animations? I do like the trainer animations. They're very nice. Like the see what Pokemon do that. The good thing about having a bird type Pokemon, a bird type flying bird Pokemon, is that they're fairly light. So hopefully, when it comes down to that fucking Rosalia again, I'm sorry, Rosalia, right? Badoo, Rosalia, Rosalia. They don't weigh that much, so the weight shouldn't be an issue for damage. At least I think that's true, right? I hope we don't find out that fucking, you know... Oh, suddenly your bird weighs like 50 pounds and... I should check that, right? £24. Does that mean it's gonna instantly kill us? And we only have 54 fucking health. That means 2 turns we'll die. I guess that just means we have to make sure we don't get to the second turn, but it still feels like it's gonna be fucking dangerous. Literally, I could take 2 hits and I'd be, or 1 hit and I'd be dead, because the second hit would kill me. Okay. Let's go out and heal. And we'll get one fight. We'll get in one little fight and then we'll get scared. Never what's with me in that voice now. It's not funny, it's not good, it's not great. Great! That was the worst fucking... I was gonna say Tony Hawk. Tony the Tiger. Tony Hawk impression. It wasn't a terrible Tony Hawk impression, you know. It's all things considered. Just absolutely dog shit when it comes to Tony Hawk impressions. Could have been much better. Yes. Pokemon exist in tall grass. Yes. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Give me something to work with here. There's no need to be so... to feel so much fear. There was another rhyme there, but I feel like that was probably a bad idea. Oh, you fuck off. Okay. You never know, sometimes they just fucking die. Okay. So in theory, she should live through 2 attacks. But it will fucking kill her. Actually, what I'm gonna do... bring along a human sacrifice, just in case. Take a quick shop at the, thanks, even buy a couple super potions or something. Okay. Oh boy. Let's beat this gym. It's a her, not a him. Gym, 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 gym. Gym, 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 Gym-melodian. My hunter's right in the money. Ha! That's why she got her mouth open like that. Man, great animation. It's a good animation for the models. I also like the way the gym looks, like the battle arena. So I don't remember if I talked about it last time, but actually I think I know I did. Because there was for some reason I think one of my friends told me that you had to use the same move over and over again, or else like they would learn your moves or something. Something ridiculous like that. But it was just something that, like, I believed is true, of course, because why wouldn't you? It's not the end yet. Here's my fucking super secret move. Oh, fuck off. And you know it's gonna fucking affect me because I'm the player and therefore, you know. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it works. Okay, we're good. We're good. Look, the fucking, well, to be fair, well, even then, Psychic was effective. You know, we were only 3 levels lower last time. Who knows? Amazing! Look, my gym badge is already dirty. I want to keep them grimy because they're nasty. Because I'm a terrible I'm a terrible fucking terrible trainer. Okay. Get up and give us a nice sleep in the sun. Hit my hand in the fan. Hit my controller with the fan. And hand the controller somewhere. There's one of those rooms. Okay. Thank you everybody for watching. Do like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitch. That was the second gym down. Only fucking a million more to go. I think we'll be following that new rule. The save after each gym, just so that I will eventually finish this instead of having to take forever in a day. We might add other checkpoints in if we need to, but like major story events would be the other check. Like, you know, if you know, because I think there's a big fucking. I know after at some point we have to go into like a headquarters and fight them, and that essentially counts as a gym in my mind. thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitch. I will see you guys tomorrow with more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. We'll actually be getting to play the game instead of just fucking reading shit and upgrading characters for like an hour. Bye. Goodbye.